In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Sorry for those that were on the old stream. Unfortunately, I had a technical glitch with the go live, and so I had to reset up the stream again and cancel the other one. So, do you know what's going on there? That is what's happened. Happens sometimes. Unfortunately, the glitch in the matrix glitches out. You see the black cat? Is it a black cat? We'll go past twice, something like that. Yeah, pretty cool. Hope you guys are having a good time. Let's get into it. We've got lots to talk about with the old PulseChain. Where are we at right now? We're gonna have a check all that out. Don't forget to get in the chat there as well. I've got the disheveled look on today, as you can tell, a bit disheveled. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so yeah, it's a bit of a rainy day here actually in New Zealand. A little bit rainy. Shall we? What else are we going to do? We're going to get into PulseChain. Yeah, let's talk about it. Now, gold's had a little bit of a pullback today. We're getting a bit of rotation as gold topped out for the time being, and yeah, let's see back into crypto. It's looking good. All right, so without further ado, let me just set things up again because I have to set it up properly. So we're going to go to crypto first, aren't we? Now we're going to stock market first, so let me connect up the screen for that. Let's do it. We're doing it live as usual when things don't quite work out the way they were supposed to. So we'll go back there and let's see where we're going from here. Let me. Oh, sorry. Stay on the current mode. Stay on current mode. Yes, that one. Yeah, that's the one. All right. So let's see who's in the chat there. We've got Bitfinex announced there. Someone sent me $680 million worth of ETH. So CS is there, Bitfinex. Just kidding. I thought you were serious. Now, apparently the ETH Foundation may have moved their Ethereum as well. I saw a little post about that. I haven't been able to check it, but apparently that might be happening as well. So, what's the chances? I think they're 220 million ETH. So I think that would be interesting. Yeah, let's get the show on, right? Let me share it around. Let me just do a refresh here and share the show. Link on X if you guys haven't had a chance to do that. So hit the repost. I see someone's reposted, so that's pretty cool. Share show on X. Bam. All right. We got Craig Pitt in the house. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Welcome. And that is the show right there. So share the show on X. Just takes a moment to hit the repost button. It really helps a lot. So if you can do that, be great. I see there's a couple of X spaces on right now. Shillgates has got one on called 600 million ETH move to fresh wallets. I saw another one on there earlier as well. So I'm not sure who was on that. We got Blair in the house. Hey, good to see you, Blair. Hi all. Good to see you, Blair. Welcome. We are covering PulseChain daily, 7 p.m. Eastern. I got to remember daylight savings tripped me out the other day. I kept on saying 8 p.m. Eastern, but you know, it is what it is. I just realized I better delete my old stream that was that hashtag failed. Let me do that. Bam, deleted that. All right, what else are we going to talk about? We've got lots to talk about. So we've got all that to talk about. We're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk all about that. And yeah, the PulseChain Monster Thread number 24 is out as well. So we might as well talk about that a bit later. So let's do that. All right. Without further ado, let's start up the show. Let's get things rearing to go. We need some particularly good news for that. Let's wake everyone up. All right. Let's go. So we had some good results on the stock market again. So this is the results for Tuesday, and we got the Dow Jones on record close again as 3M Coca-Cola shine on earnings stage. We've got the earnings season up, which is kind of generally good to push the markets higher. We've got let's go to the indices. We've got Dow Jones at up 0.5%, 218 points to 46,924, so almost at 47,000, and that, by my count, is pretty much around record levels. So look there, yeah, pretty much around record levels. Not quite at the moment, but just about. And we got the S&P 500 is flat today at 6,735, just off all-time highs as well. And then we've got the Nasdaq, which is down just slightly from all-time highs, but we're right up there, guys, right up there. US dollar at 98.76 versus trading partners. Commodities, West Texas at $57.60, up 0.6%. Brent oil at 1% at $61.60. But the big move today is gold at 4,135, and you can see here on the weekly here, we've just come down from these all-time highs. We're at $4,400 pretty much, and we're now at 41.30 there. So quite a bit of profit taking going on there. But what a run! Let's have a look at that run. Last year, that's the run up. So a bit of a pullback right now. So we'll see where that goes. Some people are saying people already bought the gold's topped out. I just think it's probably going to continue on into next year, but certainly a local top. But yeah, people lining up, queuing up, apparently to buy gold with the big rally. So gold fever is in the market. Gold fever. You got the gold fever. So that's pretty cool. Now, we've been talking about it since it was very low. And yeah, so if you'd been watching the Crypto Nut Show, you would have been making mad gains. You'd picked up some of those because we are bullish about commodities. We are bullish about crypto, of course. And we have been bullish about stock markets. So it is that part of the cycle. And we're just waiting for the altcoin season side of things, really, which is going to be getting pretty close. What else? I think that's it. Let's go to the interest rate cuts because I've got the beginning of the interest rate cycle cuts, and we've got 1 week and 18 hours to go. So hopefully that's going to help really get us that bullish end of year rally that we're all looking for. And yeah, so 1 week or so to go, and we're expecting a 25 basis point cut to 4% on the federal funds rate. And of course, the December one, another 25 basis points to 3.75. So we're, the rate cuts coming in, ticking in slowly but surely. Hopefully, we'll get a surprise with the 50 basis point cut. That'd be pretty cool because we, need to do it sooner than later. All right, so that is where we are on the old stock market. Pretty easy. That was an easy one today. But we're going to get into the crypto market next. And I'm just going to make sure I've got everything set up. Let me just do that one more time. I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's looking good, guys. Looking good. All right. It's looking good. All right. So let's go into the crypto markets. So we've got Bitcoin, total market cap, I should say, at 3.766 trillion. This is very low. So I saw some numbers there from Referral Paul. You guys know. He's into crypto. He's I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's up there, hundreds of millions of dollars. And he is talking about $100 trillion market in the old crypto. So we're at 3.7 at the moment. So, got a lot of way to go there, a long way to go. So at the moment, we've got Bitcoin at $109,246, down 1.2%. We've got Ethereum at down 1.9% at $3,900. We've got BNB at number 4, down 2.8% at $1,067. XRP down 1.7%, $2.45 at number 5. Solana is down 0.7%, $188. We've got Tron at number 9, up 0.1%, 32.3 cents. And then Doge at number 10, down 1.9% at 90.6 cents. Now, I want to make a few comments about these that I don't normally make, but, obviously Bitcoin is kind of considered the store of value. I think that's the main narrative, the new gold, and therefore we should see a re-rate of the market cap. Currently market cap 2.2 trillion. So we should see that re-rate to gold's market cap, which I can't remember what the last one is, but it must be up near 30 trillion or something. But that is at 2.2. So yeah. We've got a long way to go to re-rate Bitcoin. Ethereum at the moment is, this is going to be one of the big narratives, obviously around stablecoins and tokenization and things like that. And of course the smart contract activity. So we're expecting obviously a big run there. The other ones that potentially could be very good are Solana, even though it's a heavily meme chain. It's still got fast transactions, although it's not as reliable, of course, as Ethereum and PulseChain, for example. But that could do pretty well with market adoption as well for part of Wall Street and stuff wanting better transactions. So we'll see. And of course, we've got the Genius Act for Ethereum, as I talked about. Now, obviously, we've got X1 come out, which is launched from Jack Levin, and that's ramping up. It's like Solana 2.0. And so we're really excited about the journey of that. That could be huge, absolutely huge. I see Jack Levin's trying to make it start off with a low price, which is I guess makes sense. But the markets still have to do price discovery. And of course, we're expecting XDEX, the first DEX, to launch there. That's really when the economy will start up. When the DEX is up, and the bridge, of course, he's got working on a bridge, and of course Oracle as well is in play. So there's quite a few things happening with X1. That could be a hyper bullish move here in the current period of cycle. So looking pretty excited about that. So those are some of the heavyweights there, I think, that we're going to be looking through as we move into this bull market cycle. At the moment, top performer in the last 24 hours is Tron, and the best performer in the last week is Tron as well, up 2.2%. Top 100, we've got Zcash, like yesterday, still doing pretty well, up 12.5%. Chain Opera back in the top 5, up 9.4% after its absolute huge stellar run. Athena there at 5.4% at number 49. Third best performer, Figure Hallock, up 2.9%, number 15. And Mingcore there in our top 5 is up 2.7%, sitting at number 44. So those are our top 5 right now for the last week. Moving to top 1,000, we've got Ironfish, D-Agent AI, and Chain Opera AI. We'll have a quick look at Ironfish and D-Agent. So see where they're placed. The D-Agent there, Ironfish, I'm not sure what's doing at 1,000. Obviously moving around pretty fast with the price. It's showing at 1,022. Been around for some time, since April 26, 2023. And it has just come off the local bottom at 21 cents, let's say. It's at 49 cents. And that's on Ironfish Network. So let's have a look at that. Saved optional privacy for any asset. And we know privacy will probably be a pretty good, a pretty large, niche theme for this cycle. Obviously, PulseChain may end up playing a big role in privacy as well. We know that Liberty Swap, Richard Hart, and people like that are wanting to, have not only PulseChain be the DeFi chain or the people's chain, but also privacy chain. So we're going to hopefully get more of that as a mega development theme on PulseChain. So that's kind of cool. So that's Ironfish right now, trending there. We also got D-Agent AI. So we'll have a quick look at that one. And we've got D-Agent AI there. Currently been around since when? 18th of September this year. So just over a month. And man, it's got some volatility in it. $1.16, pumped all the way over $3. Now back down to $2.29. So some pretty violent position there. It is pretty highly ranked, actually, 293, D-Agent AI. And let's have a quick look at the site there. So D-Agent AI. Let's have a look at what that's all about. Building trustworthy AI autonomy. Obviously, we know AI is a major theme right now. Looks like it's obviously on Seed Chain there, and BSC and BDC as well. So that's kind of cool. That is a D-Agent AI agent products, a agent stock of Web3 agents you can trust and fork. So there we go, Alpha X. So lots of cool stuff in there. If you're on those chains, we're worth checking out. So that is D-Agent AI. It's a terrible name. It's making me stutter on all the time. So it's a terrible name, but it is there at number 1 top game at the moment. Trending is Cadena, Eva Age Protocol, and Open Campus. Those are trending right now. All right, so that's where we are, folks. Bitcoin, they're looking at 109,262, Ethereum at 3,900 as well. A big shout out to Marshall out there, or Jason from the Gladiator games, just reposted the stream. Appreciate that. Lots of love out there. All right, so that is where we are with the old crypto market. We've got one more thing to look at, though, or two more things to look at before we get into PulseChain, and that is we've got the strategic ETH reserves. Obviously, PulseChain there exiting on the 20th there, and that has disappeared. So yeah, I did see some post around some $600 million going into issue some stable coins or something, but we'll see what happens. We've got Bitmine Emission still at the top there, 3 million coins, so they've got to buy another 3 million. No doubt they are scooping up as much as they can at these current prices. I haven't seen any particular on-chain stuff lately, but I haven't looked for it. but typically they're always buying up at these prices. This 3,900 mark is just a dream for Tom Lee. He's loving that. So yeah, we haven't seen some big major purchases by some of the others for a while, but we know that they have a big intent on purchasing a lot more Ethereum. So it does take time for money to be set up and all the rest of it. So they're probably working on that too. And of course, sharp link there. Also, the China trade, that's got to work itself out too. Does look like that may proceed, although it's going to be pretty interesting there. Lots of stuff going on. It's a big topic, the old China US. So many different things to that. And we also got what was it down here? Nexus, of course, raising the 5 billion. We haven't seen big purchases yet being disclosed there. So interesting times, and of course, people wouldn't have seen the PulseChain SAC thing coming, so that would have definitely caused a bit of a stir there the other day. So keep a lookout for that. I did see some post around the Ethereum Foundation apparently moving something like 160,000 ETH too in the last 24 hours. So I haven't been able to confirm that, but I did see that. So we'll see what happens there. All right, so that is pretty cool. In terms of the ETFs, obviously ETFs, is another avenue for money to come into crypto is through the ETFs, and we have pretty green candles most of the time. You can see on the right here, it has tapered off a little bit over the last week, but we'll probably see that to continue to be a key vehicle for capital to flow into Ethereum. So we'll keep a tab on the old ETFs there. All right, so that's pretty much it for the crypto coverage. All right, where else are we going? We're going to PulseChain. Shall we go there? That's next. PulseChain up next. You heard it here. You heard it here first. You heard it first. All right, so PulseChain. Let me just do the. Actually, I'll do that at the end. Actually, let's do the PulseChain. Now, I did want to bring up one other thing too, so let me do that while I'm here, and we'll pull that up as well. Let me know if there's anything that I've seen. So let me know about that too. I've been busy doing some other stuff at the moment. Let's see here. All right, I think we've got a news story here too, so we're going to talk about that. All right, yeah, we'll do that. All right, so let's go to PulseChain, and we're on day 893. Can I believe it? I can't believe that. It's crazy. All right, let's go. All right, so day 893, you can see on the left here. I don't know why they have it grayed out, but it's 893. So PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023, and it's now been operating for 893 days. For the most part, flawlessly. I know you see 100% out there, but for the most part, flawlessly. So yeah, we're at 893. Pulse there at quadruple 03 is down 3%. So we're still holding that 3,000 mark. We did defend 2,700 for the time being. So if we can hold 3,000, that's pretty cool. So we've got three key markers, right? 3,000, 2,700, and 2,200. We don't want to go to 2,200. If we're going to do anything, 2,700 is the down part, right? That's the down part. So 3,000. We all would like to hold 3,000. Now this is super cheap for DCAing and accumulating, right? But in terms of value, we don't really want it to go down to 2,200, right? And I think we can all agree with that. Everyone in agreement? Give me a thumbs up there. All right, seems like we've got agreement, guys. We got the crowd has spoken. The mob of Rome of Gladiator games. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 2003, so we're still holding over that 2,000 mark. We certainly don't want to break that either. That's down 2.5%. We got the buy and burn at 7.94%, so that's just creeped up a little bit there. And we got incentive token $1.24 down 2.4%. And we got Hex at the moment 6,600 of a penny down 2.7%. EHEX at 2,200 of a penny, just down slightly from yesterday. Combined price at EHEX and PX at 8,800 of a penny. So that's kind of where we are right now. So still fantastic deals for PulseChain accumulation. We certainly want to hold around these levels so that we've got that continuation trend happening with our upward channel, right? So that's kind of the play. All right, so we got gas prices right now is 767,000 beats, so pretty cheap. Less than a penny for a swap, 8/10 of a penny. Look at that for a swap on PulseX. Pretty cool. The Validus, how are we doing with that? 53,200, pretty similar numbers. We recently got up to 53,400 2 days ago, I think it was. So we're down a little bit from that. And the bridge, let's have the bridge numbers. These are numbers based on GoPulse, of course. They seem to be slightly different from PulseChain Stats, which is a new stats site, pretty comprehensive one. So we've got some slight differences there. Maybe able to do some reconciliations. Anyway, we're at $101.2 million, so we'll take that. As long as we're over 100 million, we're all, it's minimum satisfaction. We briefly popped below 100 million, remember, the other day. So it's good to be back here. 2 weeks ago, we were sitting at about $112 million. So over the last 2 weeks, we're down about $11 million on the value side. But we do need a bit of a price trend reversal to start getting the capital flow. So we need ETH, DAI, USDC, CSD. ETH is definitely up from 2 weeks ago, but it's the stable coins that are all down. DAI, USDC, and Tether, all the bridge ones there. And even Bitcoin's down slightly too. We're at 25 and now we're at 24. It gives a bit of a summary there. So that's just one of the mega themes that we need for a sign that value will go up. Obviously, we have those stable coins on PulseChain right now, and they can help push us up, but they've got to be utilized in the right way. So that's just whatever's still floating around in wallets, right? And I'm not talking about the stuff that's being used in any protocols or anything. All right, so that is pretty much it on that one. Let's go to the total market volume at the moment, 11.9 million, so pretty low, right? We're used to this 12 million mark. It is a common mark there for low volume on PulseChain, around 12 mil. It's time and time again, 12 mil. And then what if we do get a bit of a rise, 16, 18 mil, and then if we have a good day, I'm going to conditionalize this, it's normally around 22, 23 mil. And normally that's a down day. It's more likely a down day than an up day. So we do. It's been a while since I think we had a $28 million day. So we do need a bit of work being there. Maybe we need OG WebChef to just cycle through that volume again. maybe it's a cheat sheet there. What else there? We got Crypto MVS in house there. Joined Gladiator Games, the first ever PulseChain gaming on board. SE game communities, awesome. I love that MVS. That's awesome. So we've got MVS, of course, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread, and, of course, the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. If you're a team out there, just definitely hit him up. He's now called Bill on Telegram, or you hit him up on X if you're a team and you want to get some promotional support. He'd definitely help out there. The main game in town, I would say. We got Wookie's in house there. Wookie, our community leader. Wookie is on the replay. I appreciate that, Wookie. Wookie is our community leader. He's awesome. He lives in Christchurch, so we won't hold that against him, but he's pretty awesome. So welcome back. We got the total markets. Let's look here where we are. We'll look at what's at the top at the moment. PulseX, for goodness sake. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? What am I looking at, actually? What am I looking at? What am I looking at here? So we got some reason we got this PulseX pair here. I don't know what it's doing up here, but it's been around for 8 months. Okay. The pump tires are on the move, guys. The pump tires are pumpalicious right now. So we've got the PulseX there. We've got the DAI. We got the another Pulse one here. So we've got all these PulseChain pump tire versions. We got this gold version here that launched only a day ago. And it's gold meme there. We've got ETH there at number 5. We've got BTC. We've got USDC, USD Tether. They're all on the move right now. Interestingly enough, 88%, 73%, 50%, all the way down here. Doge, Solana, all the pump tires are being loved and cared for right now. Number 11 is Mars. Number 12 is Trump. ADA, best everything. All the pump tires are being pumped. There's a coordinated effort going on here. There's coordinated effort. Anyway, so we've got some pretty good movements on the old pump tires all the way down. Look at this, keeps going down. Best everything as well, Hex. All the pump tires are getting so much love here. It is crazy. We've got the XRP. We've got the most. Man, the top 20 there full of pump tires. Oh, my gosh, look at that. Most there. Ring, Firewall, pump tires, pump tire domination all the way down here to number 22 at least, I think. So PDC UFO, I think, is the first one that's not. So there we go. And then we got Firewall. Yeah, so pump tires there dominating and giving us some nice returns there. So pretty cool. All right, what else? Let's have a look further down here. We might come up and look at some of those charts. With us, Firewall, PDC, the UFO. We talked about all that. Go Pulse right now, 9.5 cents. Sparta making a bit of a move up 2%. Ink Dollar, was it Teddy Bear Takeover? Pretty flat. Everything else is out of the money. So a lot of the ones that we've been talking about a lot lately, out of the money. Peppy is, funny enough, out of all those, which has been one of the best performing meme coins or pump tires. What is it? 8 months, and is just taking a little bit of profit there right now, but still looking pretty good on the charts for the old Peppy. We've got Solid X at $3.38, waiting for X Game to launch and staking to launch and all the stuff there. So we're still waiting for that. Early, the end of October, before the end of October, we're waiting for X Game. X Game at the moment at 3.5 cents approximately, just down slightly, so not too bad. Let's see what else is down here. Peacock right now, sitting at 1.1 cent, down 2%, not looking too bad either. And of course, this is now a meme-fi, and it is 1.14 cents, so kind of cool. Let's see what else is down here. We've got all the Richard Hart cores down here all the way to 65. Look at that, all the way to 65. And that's on the top 100 list here for peers. Zero Trust here at number 70, down a little bit. Number 70, down 3%. What else is interesting? Am I on the right screen? I'm on the small screen. Let's go to big screen, guys. That's migrate. Sorry about that. And so we've got Liberty down here at number 75. Teddy Bear down here as well, down 4%. Liquid Loans, Top Hat down here, down 6% today at 86. Time Dividend here. And we're going to talk about Time Dividend because they got some big news today. And, Time Dividend's got big news, but look at the charts down. What the fudge? What is going on here, as they say? What the fudge is the common word for that, common phrase. What the fudge? We're sitting at 2,200 of a penny after that big rally. Have you noticed that it gets big run up and then gets sold down? Big run up, sold down, big run up, sold down, because I guess they make too much money and they got to sell a bit into it. So that's kind of play there. We're currently down at 40. Where is the bottom? Now, Internet Money had some big news out today, though. Major announcement. Bitcoin support is now live with an Internet Money on Android, iOS, and Chrome. This now makes Internet Money a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EVM wallet. We have many great features for Bitcoin with more on the way. Comment your request there. So Bitcoin support is live on Internet Money wallet. It's pretty awesome. Send and receive. Buy Bitcoin with 80 plus fiat currencies. Cross-chain swap between 25 currencies. View, track, manage. Support for native and nested SegWit, Taproot, and legacy accounts. So it's got all the types. Wallets, and we've got private, no data collection, and open source there. So send and receive. Now, I'm not sure what the costs are to do that on the wallet, so that's the only question I would have. Existing features include all those I think we just talked about. Also, Ledger and Treasure support for the Chrome extension. If you track and manage your Bitcoin portfolio, cross-chain swap between Bitcoin and other blockchains. So I'm not sure what the costs of these are, so you can let me know if you guys have already used it. But that's pretty cool. Just cool to have it. Is it working on Lightning? Also, is just BTC mainnet. Just mainnet for now. No Lightning support yet. So smile there. So obviously Lightning support probably coming down the line there. So yeah, we'd like to extend a shout out to Mempool, who has provided some infrastructure to make Bitcoin integration possible. Thank you for all you do. Major shout out to Go Magisto.org, institutional grade Bitcoin financial platform, for their incredible services for Bitcoin infrastructure. We proudly integrate their technology into much of our Bitcoin feature set. Most of it does amazing work on the back end, and so your Bitcoin experience runs smooth. So it's kind of cool to get some insight into the how it works. We think you will appreciate this new feature set I've on there. Not bad. All right, so cool there, getting some good stuff. Everyone seems to be liking all that. Not bad. All right, so looking pretty good. So that's the big news today on Internet Money. So yeah, if you want to say hello to them, I'll copy the link there into the chat here on YouTube. If you're on X course, you can go hunt it down with Internet Money and say hello. I'm sure they'd appreciate the feedback there. So they're almost at 100,000 downloads too. So we saw their last update at 98,500 or something. So that's looking pretty good. So that's awesome news. So great to have that. So that's all on PulseChain now, guys. So that's pretty cool. I haven't used it, but that's the big announcement today. So pretty awesome. But the market didn't make the market jump, even though it's a pretty decent announcement. So that's where it is. The market is doing its thing. All right, so let's see what else we got down here. Saw Sun Mini down at 6 cents, so let's tape it off. That little rally that it had has tapered off a little bit there. And so that's the chart right now, but still looking not too bad. We're at 56. Maybe the RSI might go back down around 50 again. Possibility. We'll see if it can hold 6 cents right now. Cry fagging. Richard Hart's cry fagging. You guys love cry fagging. Everyone loves cry fagging. Cryfag in there. I mean, it's if it can hold this range for a little bit, it'd be quite cool. RSI at 43. That's on a 4-hourly chart, by the way. No daily RSI yet, so 4 hourly is the trader's view is a 4 hourly. That's kind of the best we've got right now. We'll see where that goes. Just another meme coin out there. You obviously, from my point of view, once Richard Hart, once we had the interest rate cuts, once Richard Hart moved the sack there, you definitely want to get yourself into the major stuff, right? If you're not, it's always good to have some moon bags, but you want to have, hopefully you're not playing around with your main portfolio and a whole ton of moon bag opportunities. But maybe back in the Richard Hart course now, not financial advice, just do what you will. But that is a little bit of suggestion there. So yeah, let's see what else is down here before we just wrap that up. We've got Vouch down here right now, down 10 cents. So Vouch is pretty interesting. They've obviously got the Pulse staking. They've got the what else they got? I just forgotten. I had it in my head and I just forgot. Anyway, they got the Vouch staking and they got the Reflex, the reflection token taxes. So they got two incomes from validator staking and the reflection token. So it's going to be interesting to see where this project goes. I definitely consider it a blue chip, so it's going to be fun to see that perform over time. And it's doing about a 10% yield, I think. So it's good for the big players in the long term sustainability, right? So presumably that's how it's going to play out. What else? Number one validator too, right? Vouch. 9mm is down 11%. This thing seems certainly undervalued. Is 9mm? So yeah. But I guess the thing is, when I say this, there's always a lot of bag holders. So you got to take into account that, and you got to take into account rotation into the majors and other things that are going on. But it is our second biggest DEX right now. Third biggest DEX, of course, is Tide from Coast, which is great. It bounced a 3-4, so that's a nice celebration, and that's taken 3 spots there. So really, we've got like 4 decent DEXs, haven't we? If you think about it, we've got 2 Balancer forks. We've got 9mm and PulseX, which means there's room for, I think, 2 other good ones. What do you guys reckon? I'm hoping that one of them is going to be PUSD ALGO with the V3 DEX and that whole ecosystem. And I think there's probably room for another decent size. We could have 12, of course, but I'm just thinking half a dozen of really strong ones that are building up volume. There's huge opportunity on PulseChain right now. Huge opportunity in the DEX space. Now, we do have the farms, right? We do have the farms that are out there. We've got about 7 farms operating, I think. So, that are offering decent yield. Obviously Emmet, Emmet's kind of led a lot of that, but we have got others, Pulsalium. We've got some that are underutilized. I think like Nexion, underutilized. So we've got other ones out there, but they're amazing technology lead. I'd like to see some growth on that platform. They just launched the Glow product, 10x leverage. I really like that. So yeah, we got that. Got that out there. We've got the Vox out there. We've got the functional island farms out there. So we've got some really good stuff out there, and it'd be nice to see them grow. Obviously we're on the down market, so that's not helping. We've got the wind against us, as it were. We want to get the wind behind our sails. So but pretty cool. So that's some of the space there. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. Unity, of course, down here at 58 cents. We covered that yesterday as a review. We'll keep covering that, when it comes up to different milestones. Still a couple of weeks away from the next one there. And we've got a bit of OG WebShift and stuff down here as well. So that's the top 100 right now. But pump tires are the story of the day. They are on the move right now. So look at that. That's if you got some holding any of these, USDC, USD Tether, Bitcoin, ETH, etc., they're all on the move. We've got Hutwood Dog in the house there. Hey, good big shout out. Anime series on PulseChain, Pulse of the Fallen, and of course now doing a new one. We're going to cover that in the Monster thread in a minute. We're about to cover the Monster thread, which has been out for a day and a half? Yeah, a day and a half. So we're going to cover that. So let's get into it. If you guys have missed some of the hottest news, we're going to get to it next. So that's pretty much it. We're at the moment. So the big theme there is pump tires are pumping. That's pretty much it. What else can you say? Take your pick. Actually, let's go to my little. I got a custom thing of memes. It's almost complete. I wouldn't say it's complete, but I think it's almost complete. We can see that Doge. A lot of the pump tires are at the top of that at the moment. So Doge, Mars, Trump, Elon. Now I'm trying to get this ready. This list ready for the Coinarchy in the battle of the memes, right? So at the moment I got 15 on here. It's possible that I could get up to 40, but there's a lot of small pump tire meme tokens that you're probably not going to do too much, relatively speaking. But this is kind of where we are right now. So I got 15 on here. I know that I'm missing 1 or 2 for sure that I need to add on here, but yeah, let us know. So if you've got a meme coin you think I should add to this list, you can see the list right now. There's the 15 there. Let me know. I'll be happy to add them. Now there's a little bit of confusion between DeFi memes, because DeFi memes are kind of separating themselves out, right? Because they've got big constant buying pressure from a business, let's say. So yeah, you got reflection tokens, which are really not a business; they're more just the trading and the volume. But if they've got actual business, so they're the one on here that I'm thinking of at the moment. That's like there's Peacock. I'm looking through any of these others here. So yeah, the only one on this list is Peacock. So that one there stands out from the rest, right? If we look at market cap on the memes on this list, then you've got Most Wanted, Pump, and Peacock. So it's going to be interesting to see, which is not only we're going to have battle of the memes, but which is going to end up being the biggest one. Now, obviously, with buy pressure, Peacock has got the advantage. I mean, the bigger the volumes, the bigger the price, Peacock should get pumped and should dominate these other ones. But we'll see. We'll see at the moment. Yeah, they're still number one post pump, most and want to pump. So we'll see what attracts there. Interesting enough, we've got Doubt and Pepe down here as well, and then Trump token, and then Top Hat. So I wonder how the order will change over time. But certainly, Peacock stands out because it's got massive, increasing buy pressure on it. So that's kind of key. So that's kind of where we are right now. And of course, the games category, I've got that too. At the moment, we've got X Games, we've got Mafia game, we've got Mafia here, we've got Rome token, and we've got Giza there. That's what I got on there at the moment. So let me know. I know there's a couple other games out there. I don't know if they have tokens, but let's see. There's smaller things that people don't really talk about too much. So I think the gaming space is probably going to open up, and we're seeing that now, right? So the leadership at the moment, we're seeing obviously Mafia was early and not quite finished yet in terms of fully operational with the killing. Then we've got Rome token, which is now kind of the top tier game on PulseChain, really building a brand awareness and really looking good there. I mean, hundreds, it's over $1,000 in prizes every weekend, so it's awesome. And then we've got obviously coming up X Game next, is hopefully within the next week. Randy Lasky dropped in yesterday and said that that X Game is probably looking to launch this week. It's on public testnet at the moment. And then when I say public test on the actual PulseChain and BNB and base chain, and then we've got Giza games, which is going to be another Mafia game. So it's going to be really interesting. I think they're taking a more of a gamer approach, so I'm looking forward to that. But they've still got to launch it, right? So we'll see. And the proof's in the pudding. But yeah, definitely pretty interesting there. Now, I did want to talk about, actually, before we get into the monster thread, let's quickly talk about the Gladiator games, because that is out now that we're talking about gaming. So let me put that out. So this is actually, we've got 2 things, haven't we? We've got a midweek tournament, which is starting. I think I've got that one here. Yeah. So Gladiator Games has got a midweek tournament on right now, and it is open for registration. And so the entry is 150,000 gold, so 150,000 pulse. The game type is going to have Generation 2 Gladiators, which is the main generation of Gladiator right now, but it's also going to have equal attributes. In other words, you don't have to have any customization. Anybody can play, and you'll be equal against each other. So it's kind of cool. The only differences would be the type of Gladiator that you're using. Whether you're using 2 swords or a spear and shield and things like that. Now, the prizes for the midweek tournament, which is called the mini tournament, is $75 plus legendary gear. So you can see the top prize there is $20. Second prize is $15. Third to sixth prize is $10 each, and then legendary gear. So that's pretty cool. So I definitely recommend getting into that, especially if you are new to the old Gladiators, which is pretty cool. The second one, of course, is the main tournament coming up this weekend. And where did I have that? Main tournament here, tournament number 7, and this is from Gladiator Games. We can see the countdown is on. The next Gladiator Games tournament kicks off on Friday, 5 p.m. CST time, 10 p.m. UTC, and this one's going to be huge. Over $1,200 in prize money again, guys. So that's what I'm saying. This is leading the way in gaming on PulseChain right now, and it's not going to be slowing down. So the more people that play, the bigger the prizes will get every single week. And we've got the midweek tournaments now as well. So really just starts up there. So over $1,300 there in value, including in-game assets. So yeah, top 10 earn cash and Rome token. Rome token, of course, recently pumped. Looking pretty good. In fact, I think we got the price chart, haven't we? Yeah, we got the price chart here. And so yeah, nice little pump there. And man, this thing could really go to the moon, guys. So the more people that play in Diamond and the token, the bigger the price will go up. And every week, of course, profits from the game go and buy the token up. So it's kind of a win-win there for people to get involved. Not financial advice, of course, but you know, if both those things hold true, then we could see quite a big rally in Rome. The other thing, of course, we saw 3 days ago or so, it get paired up with Peacock. So Peacock's got all the buying of Peacock. It's going to get pushed up with that as well. And we've also seen the liquidity of Rome go up dramatically as well with not only Pulse, but Peacock. So really, really exciting. And I think there's a third pair as well with, I think it's Hex, I think I remember rightly, something like that. So kind of cool. So yeah, $1,200 in prize money coming up this weekend as well. So we've got the midweek tournament, the weekend tournament, top 10 in Rome, top 15 get legendary gear and silver. Silver is very valuable in the game, so you definitely want to get there. New challenges are already entering the Colosseum, so we're getting new players, and you could be the next new player, right? So it's kind of cool. The competition gets tougher every week, so bring your A game, step into the arena, make a name for yourself. So yeah, competition's getting tougher, but if you want to join and play and get into the middle of the table for medal prizes, definitely variable doable. And everyone there is willing to help you out with how to get up to speed on the old Gladiator game. So you know, you get all those secret sauce from everybody. They like to talk about it. So kind of cool. Gladiator games here looking pretty good. Now it's an easy way to launch. Basically, just go to the website, connect your wallet, crypto wallet, create some free gladiators. You can buy them off the market with the quick start. You go to the store and hit the quick starter. You'll be able to get gladiators, get some gold. It's a 1-to-1 ratio to Pulse, and then you can join the tournaments there and play. So we've got the midweek tournament and we've got the weekend tournament. So it really is cool. I'll just get in, part of the community. You know, just take your time, get used to it, and you can join up there. It's pretty cool. All right, so that, I think I covered that. What was the other bit I was going to say? Yeah, just one last bit on that one. Where are we going here? We've got something down here. Yeah, we've got the link. So if you want to join, here is the link to Gladiator Games, and that is Gladiator Games there. You just have to get a DGM wallet, set up some Pulse and all the good stuff. You guys know what to do. So join Gladiator Games, and I highly recommend getting into the Telegram because that's where the community is, right? Gladiator Games, and you get all the tips and tricks and everything else in there. We got Heart with Dog in house. Good morning, all. And of course, he says Gladiator Games is a great fun. It certainly is great fun. And I've risen through the ranks. I think I'm kind of like the ideal example of a player because I started off, getting absolutely smashed, and then I quickly started earning some prizes. So first week I got some gear, legendary gear, and then the second week I got I got $10 in the prize ranks, and in the third week I got $50. And I think the last competition I ended up getting $95 or something like that, and I won this small tournament, the skills tournament as well. That was $20. So you know, I didn't just win it straight away in the first week. I got better at the game. I asked people, tricks and tips, and I was in Telegram and in the chats, and then I rose through the ranks. So that's kind of a classic example of how you can play. And you guys saw me play on the game. Sometimes I was getting absolutely smashed. Sometimes I was doing well. This is the way it goes. But certainly upgrading your qualities of your gladiator for the weekend tournament and upgrading all your weapons is very important. And then, of course, being able to play really well. So playing the AI and stuff like that. So that's the weekend tournaments. For the non-skill tournaments, you can just go in and it's all based on your skills, right? There's no difference in the gladiators in other respects. So, pretty exciting. And it's really getting bigger and bigger on the PulseChain. More and more people are hearing about it. So get in there early, folks, and become a gladiator. Look at this guy. I like that guy. So it's cool. He's got a spear and shield. This is my favorite combination. Some people have two swords. Some people have nets and swords and things like that, shields and swords. But I don't know. I just like the spear and the shield. I don't know if I'd actually use that in real combat if I had to, but fortunately we don't have to do that because it'd be a pretty short game. It'd be a pretty short game. All right, so that is where we are right now. So let's jump over to the monster thread and let's check out all the hottest news over the last week with the old PulseChain monster thread. It's been out for about a day and a half. I saw a video from Somi cover it yesterday, so it was pretty cool. He did a great job of that and definitely point out some exciting moments in the monster thread. So yeah, Richard's messages, SAC fund movement, Liberty buybacks, and much more. And of course, we saw there Richard Hart there rallying the community to keep promoting while encouraging support for industry peers. So I really think about the monster thread. It's really good if you're busy, you want to catch up on everything over the last week. It's also really good for onboarding new people. If you want people to get familiar with the community of PulseChain, it's ideal. It really covers everybody. It's very neutral. So it's if you're doing something cool, it'll be on here. It really is cool. PulseX is free. PulseX is now unrestricted on X, facilitating promotional content, and this is huge, right? So people actually can now share the PulseX link for people to buy and sell on PulseChain, which is awesome. SAC funds excitement. SAC funds are on the move, of course. There's plenty of people talked about that. Crypto Solve, Decentralized Me, Real Mortal, Crypto Paradise. Lots of opinions and lots of data tracking there. So it's been pretty amazing with 160,000 ETH on the move. And of course, Richard also before that teasing about potential stablecoin protocol before that move is done. So that's pretty interesting. You can connect the dots, as it were, connect the dots. We got Havida talks Richard. Havida's obviously very excited. She's obviously got photos of having dinner with Richard. So, claim to fame. She's technically, we exclude the latest female influencer. She's technically the biggest female influencer in PulseChain with our other friend that has not been around for some while. So the most active, let's say that she's the biggest, most active OG influencer on the PulseChain. So that's kind of a good way of talking about it. And so she's very excited about Richard's return in imminent glory. It's closer than ever. How about like that? We are Team Richard. I like that. And then, of course, Richard's famous quote from Richard: "Someone has to make the world a better place. Why not me?" I love that. Why not me? Indeed. Why not? PulseChain on Zora. Now we've obviously, in the monster, we've seen a number of people out there expanding onto different platforms. Recently, we've seen obviously onto TikTok and others, and now we've also TikTok. What's another one I was thinking of? TikTok straight off the bat. But now we've got people trying to expand onto Zora, Crypto Coffee, trying to lead a lot of the stuff. We've got Crypto Empress, of course, the biggest new female influencer on PulseChain, 103,000 followers, which is kind of cool. She obviously does general crypto and other stuff, but she's been on there as well, coming to PulseChain. And they're also on Zora app there. I think Crypto Empress was already on there, but Crypto Coffee has definitely expanded onto Zora app, promoting a PulseChain onto Base Chain. So it's kind of cool. And the cool thing about that is that we've had connections to Base Chain through was it Liberty Swap, Hyperlane. Before that, of course, we had Pulse Alien and other bridges as well. So it's kind of cool. Ladies Halloween is coming up, which is pretty cool, pretty scary. Now I think Halloween's on the 31st, is it? This is going to be held on the 24th. And it could be a pretty big lineup of our female influencers who are absolutely crushing it on PulseChain, and they are really leading the way, guys. They have been doing amazing. X Spaces galore, a Crypty Girl, Tam Tam, and they're all getting out there and doing spaces and live streams. So big shout out to Crypto Claz. Crypto Claz was supposed to be on holiday, but Crypto Claz is back. So there we go. Can't resist the old PulseChain tug, But lots of cool people there. Sammy Chica, Lindsay, Hodpril, Karia Georgia, Ms. Rochelle, Crypto Stylist, Real Claudia King, the podcast TV host. So it could be quite the lineup at the ladies' Halloween. Now, what will they be wearing? That's the question. What will they be wearing? I'm sure it's going to be pretty cool. We've got Ivan Loves Us, Ivan on Tech, of course. For all the downward charts he likes to post about PulseChain, and of course around the PulseChain SAC criticism. He dropped a little comment below one of the posts there and said, "You may not believe it, but I'm with you fully. I am on your side." How about that? So presumably he's got holding some bags on PulseChain. Doesn't want to miss the Hex 10,000X, does he? He remembers that. He hasn't forgotten that at all. He knows the PulseChain SAC is out there, and he still believes, even though he criticizes, he still believes. We've got higher stakes hits and house sets. I've never been a PDI guy. Looked into it to disprove it. Things are really starting to move over there. Buckle up, says high stakes hits. Yeah, well, at the moment, the main catalyst for a PDI has been Betterbank, right? Betterbank, and looks like Betterbank is. I don't know if it's. I haven't checked the last update, but it was almost fully operational again. I have to double check, but They'll be back. So yeah, we got BKFC Ice Wars, and B Roots there shares Firewell, Crash Game, X Game. Now, obviously, we had Randy Lasky in here yesterday saying that this was looking to launch this week. So X Game is going to be here, guys, and we're looking forward to it. We should see all the KOLs, all these influencers wake up, not just from PulseChain, but on BaseChain. We're expecting the founder of BaseChain, expecting influencers over on BaseChain and BNB Chain to start, pushing out this X game with a 30% referral. So it could be pretty huge, guys. Could be pretty huge. So we'll keep a lookout for that. And it could be the viral killer game we're all after. And of course, the profits there feed back over into the PulseChain. So we're going to see. We'll see. It's definitely set up well. It's very well done. Firewell's done a great job with it. Presumably, when you do an investment like this, you're also going to do a certain targeted large-scale marketing. We did hear stories about that. So we'll find out. But certainly optimistic about where that's going. Cybertruck wrap. Oh, look what we got. Utah Crypto in the house there. Hey, Superman. Hey, good to see you, Utah Crypto. Welcome to the chat. And I think you're on a live stream earlier with Ali Kane. I watched just a teeny bit of it before the live stream, but good stuff happening over there with Ali Kane and that. All right, so we got Cybertruck wrap. Of course, Rackham shares a video of Cybertruck getting an epic PulseChain wrap. Now we got this. This one was last year, right? This is 2024. Had a PulseChain wrap, but the new one is pretty fancy, and we'll have a quick look at this one. Let's go have a look at Rackham Michelle. Now Rackham Michelle, of course, is got. He's got Coinwell coming up, launching, and the expectation for that is early November. Is for Coinwell. And that's going to be multi-chain as well, probably 3 or 4 chains again. Pretty manageable level when you do 3 or 4 chains, probably a bit too much when you're trying to do many others, but that's going to be ramping up. Of course, they're going to be adding 3 or 4 chains, as I understand it, on a frequent basis. So it could get pretty large, but the wrap here is pretty neat, isn't it? Look at that. So it's pretty impressive. Now I might just jump to the So you can see the end bit. Look at that. It's pretty nice. Look at that. So wow. That is pretty badass, isn't it? Look at that. Driving around on that. That's awesome. That's gonna make lots of people look. Now in America, people are used to fancy things. America's the place of glitz and glamour. But that really does stand out. I'm sure that will make people look pretty impressive. So some pretty good stuff happening there. So, that's another version of this one, and even brighter than the colors in that one. So pretty cool. Coffee finds Cardone. Now, the Cardone brothers, Grant and Gary. Now, Gary last year, I think, was onboarded onto PulseChain. He said he was going to put millions of dollars into it. Then he got a bit fuddled out and made some, funny comments about that, and probably exited the chain. But they've Grant and that they're keeping an eye on the old PulseChain Richard Hart. I'm sure they haven't forgotten that Richard Hart did the 10,000x with X, and they see some potentially big opportunity around the PulseChain. But in any case, I wasn't in the actual spaces. I did see Grant Cardone in the space, but I didn't actually have time to listen to it, unfortunately. And he wasn't speaking when I was there, so I don't know if they recorded that. So I might have to go back and try and watch that. But Grant Cardone was in the X space with KR, Strident, famous brother KG, and others. There's a whole ton of people in there. And so that'd be pretty interesting. So Grant Cardone there, of course, the big 10x man, the X10, and he did the old TV show. So he's a money equity fund manager and property billionaire, apparently looking after about $5 billion of assets there. So pretty interesting. We'll see what comes of that. Tether competition. Somni speculates on a possible competitor for Tether stablecoin from Richard Hart, and of course, this is something that we've talked about as well when we saw that post from Richard. So let's have a look at Somni's view on this. Richard Hart has posted about Tether, a stablecoin company, and a potential competitor coming. And let me just full screen that. Tether coming, and of course, competitor will be a fair entity. PulseChain has great things coming to it. Many thanks to his friend Kyle. Now, so the comments are one of these. Let's have a look here. Okay, guys, let me let you in on a secret. Now, this is before the money was moved, right? The ETH was moved, so it's pretty, nice little signpost there from Richard. The people that actually made the most money in crypto aren't buyers and holders; it's Tether. And the rest of the world figured that out. So they're making infinite competitors. And so obviously we're seeing, stablecoin boom on Ethereum, about 280 million or so. We are expecting that to get to something like 4 trillion is what Scott Bessent, the Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of Treasury has said by 2030, given the Genius Act, right? We obviously got the Clarity Act coming out towards the end of the year, fingers crossed, and all that. And we also got the SEC with their crypto strategy. So, and we are expecting a report to come out on crypto around October, November. So maybe November that is, but we'll have to keep a tab on that because that could include the sovereign state of the United States buying crypto in different ways. We'll keep a lookout for all that sort of stuff. But one of these competitors will be a fair entity and let Joe Blow, normal, honest entity, make it stable with them. So this was the big teaser here. And it was, I don't know I can't remember what date this was, but was it the 17th? Yeah, and then, of course, we saw the ETH move a couple of days later. So, one of these competitors will be a fair entity and let Joe Blow, normal, honest entity, make it stable with them. So we're looking forward to that. So that could be one of the big chess pieces or chess moves that Richard will make, and possibly why the ETH has moved. So to some degree, so we'll see what that. Like I said, he's got lots of different chess moves he can make on the old PulseChain. So we'll see what comes of that. Whether it's pretty bullish. So keep a look out for that one. What was I going to say about that? I think anyone can on-ramp start and stylish with dollars direct to the chain. Now we are expecting for Coinwell to Rackham to have his own dollar, right? It looks like they got a liquidity fork inside that, and so we could have a Rackham dollar as well. I know Rackham will love that. Rackham dollar. Hey guys. Yeah, we're excited about that actually, where he's could take that, and especially if he does a Nasdaq listing. If we can get a Nasdaq listing of one of the projects on PulseChain, I think that's a really big deal. So and that's at the moment that is the top candidate right now. Now we did have the old Hex Investment Trust guys. Not sure what they're happening with those guys now that the SEC we're free from the SEC. They should be able to proceed with all that. So we'll see. I was hoping they're also going to scale it up, not just to Hex, but the Pulse and PulseX as well. Not necessarily INC, but at least Pulse and PulseX. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully they've woken up to that. So yeah, we'll see. Let us know. If you guys have heard anything about that, let us know. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Sigma in the house, I should say. So we've got Synergy, of course, one of the beloved devs on PulseChain, one of our superstars, Alex McFerder from Hedron and Icosa. So he's been, pretty quiet since Richard did the old EHEX, PHEX divide. But he has been back recently with a little bit of a TED talk, as he calls it, on X. Sigma protocol will be multi-index options to PulseChain. Now, this is a huge thing. Now, you guys know I've been talking about we need more blue chips on PulseChain, a good half a dozen at least by the end of the year, and we're certainly seeing that happen. This could be one of those, right? So multi-index options, PulseChain, fantastic. We like that. Rewarding good behavior, let's say. So that could be pretty cool. Yeah, definitely smash the video smash the like there and hit the repost button for sure. Appreciate that. Thank you, Alex. So that is the link there. That is escalator. Let me get my post for the show. That's all the way up here. So if you guys haven't posted the show out, smash that out. We're at 50 minutes, 8 minutes on the hour. So we've still got a bit of time to go. And we're going through the monster thread. Of course, editor-in-chief, MVS out there working pretty hard. So if you do want to hit him up on the X, or if you want to hit him up as Bill on Telegram, get into the Crypto Night Show. You'll be able to hit him up there in the Telegram or in Discord. He is in there. So kind of cool. He's got lots of roles in the old community. Right. So we got he's coming up with the Signum protocol. Could be pretty important, I think, as an offering there. So we look forward to that. European Blockchain Conference. Obviously, we've seen people from our community get out and about to more conferences, which is an area that we've probably always underutilized, and so we have had different people in the community taking their own initiative to get out and promote, which is exactly what Richard Hart said to do. And so we've got Ben Sierra, which is what I call one of our three analytical influencers, and he has been out at this conference and has attended the European Blockchain Conference to promote PulseChain, Hex, promote Hex and PulseChain and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, and you can see a picture of Ben Sierra there on the right. It's kind of cool. So they're really doing a great job there. In fact, we've got some cool images. Should we look at those? So we've got a video here of Ben, which is pretty neat. It's funny, his clothes match all the buildings in the background. That's pretty funny. Ben's cloak of invisibility, one might say. Ben's cloak of invisibility. All right, enough jokes aside. Let's look at his other one, of course, is him up on the panel, I think. He's up on the panel here. Is he on the panel? I don't know if he's on that particular panel or no. Maybe he's not on that panel, but he's at the conference basically. He's at the conference there doing good stuff. On the blockchain conference panel, they're discussing core strategy. So awesome stuff there from Ben. So couldn't keep up the great work there. And he does fantastic reports on Hex and other things like that every month. So he's definitely been a bit of a superstar in the old analytical influencers, they call them. All right, so Base and Binance applications. The other thing of not just conferences, but PulseChain, spreading, trying to get listed on these exchanges. We know a lot of these exchanges, want to get payment. They want a certain part of the supply of tokens. They want, they have their own questionable behaviors regarding, shorts and longs and margin positions, manipulating market, all those things, cycling, volume and all that sort of rest of it. But of course they are big, right? So obviously there's been listings there to try and get on Coinbase and Binance, and of course Binance USA, Coinbase, 2 out of the 3 big on ramps for US investors into crypto. So I think it's a pretty big deal. If they're successful with it, it's great. It does take a little bit to fill out the applications, no doubt. So we're looking forward to that. So it's a positive development, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, you can only try. TPUS USA, obviously Charlie Kirk's 2036 birthday, and of course has introduced a token there, did pretty well. That's from Real Money Crypto. He's an influencer in PulseChain, and he ended up putting on there, and hopefully he's reaching out to the TPUSA chapters in the United States, quite large now, of course, and so that was pretty cool, and a nice tribute there for Charlie Kirk's 32nd birthday. What else have we got? Liberty buybacks. Liberty Swap, of course, has been making major moves for months now on PulseChain, really adding some gravitas, some really excitement, and some really key utility that we need for this takeoff period of PulseChain that we're all looking forward to. And Liberty Swap there announces the Peacock. So, like I said, I posted those meme tokens earlier. Peacock is like standing out now because it's like a meme fi now, because it's got big, constant, perpetual buying, and it's been automated. So the constant buy pressure on Peacock is constant there, powered by 100% of the collected fees, fully automated and randomized. And look, they're not even stopping at 100% of the fees. Apparently, they're talking about 300%. So keep a lookout for these guys. They are rapid innovators, and that's really exciting. Not only they're allowing people to bridge over on chain, different chains, up to 30 chains, I think that's what they're targeting, maybe 40. They are doing amazing stuff there. And of course, they're also looking to bring in privacy, right? So a railgun and stuff like that. So keep a lookout for these guys on the move. Spreading awareness. We've got GAR Crypto starts a brand awareness campaign for PulseChain to be seen by thousands of people. So these are all people doing things in the community just of their own volition, right? So, GAR Crypto there starting the brand awareness. You can see some of the cool stuff he's doing there for sports teams, and getting Pulse and Hex out there with the old scanners and everything else like that. It's pretty neat. But, we've got him out there doing stuff. We've got Ben over at the conferences. So as I'm saying, if you're out there and you're doing something, you'll make it into the monster thread. It's pretty cool. We've got that truck being wrapped up there. So kind of cool stuff like that. We've got big influencers in there, of course, getting covered. That's good marketing and promotion for PulseChain. We've got PulseChain Stats, of course, our latest big stat site. They're blowing up too, right? They're providing a lot of good information, and they're starting to really take off too. So, a lot of these sites around information, around bridging and things, they do tend to take off. People really like what they provide, and adds a lot to the PulseChain. Pretty cool. We've got Hex Lotus out there, one of the female influencers also doing a great job. And she has excitement about the PulseChain stats out there with her audience, which is pretty neat. Talking about applications, not only have we got the applications for Binance and Binance and Coinbase out there from Maddie Allen. We've also got Fiend Capital here from PulseChain, and they have put in an RWA application to list PulseChain on RWA. Now RWA has 40,000 followers, but what they do is they have a global database of tokenized real world assets, and that's going to become increasingly important given that tokenization is one of the main themes coming up, right? So that's pretty cool. And so that is pretty neat. Now the other thing about PulseChain, which is they're kind of sneaking up on people, right? So they're actually doing a lot of utility, and Fiend, their capital, is the CEO of PulseChain. They're kind of one of these projects that are doing kind of utility, but they're sneaking up on people, and their volume is, I think they did $100,000 in volume. So they're just slowly sneaking up their into that market, and they're offering a lot of services there. So the easy way to send, receive, and trade crypto assets, and they've even got a PulseChain helpline there. So they're doing some cool things. So little sneaky things there going on. 19th there, PulseChain has completed $100,000 in total USD transactions. So that's a decent milestone, and they're just sort of slowly sneak up there, and you just never know where that could suddenly take off a lot more there. They do have an airdrop for the first early users as well, and I'm not sure how far they have progressed along that, but if you're one of the early users on their platform, you could be getting an airdrop too. So you might want to investigate that. I don't think they're quite there yet. They seem to be also acquiring some of their own token with probably the fees, no doubt. And the treasury holdings, they're holding 25% as supply now. So they're kind of sneaking up, right? Kind of sneaking up. And you can actually add on their old Pulse swap. So they've got their own swapping site there. So you can actually buy and sell. Just sneaking up this one. Just wanted to make mention of this as well. All right. Right, so that is kind of that. So that is, I've accidentally closed it down. I've got to close it down there. Sorry about that. Let me go back. All right, no, we're away. What happened there? I lost it altogether, didn't I? All right, let's go back to MVS. I don't know if I'd quite finished talking about it, so we've got a few more things in there. And I think we'd got pretty much down to the end of the list, but let's see where we're at there. Yeah, so that was the last news story. There were some honorable mentions. There was a Moon King there about privacy chain theme for advantage for PulseChain. Definitely that could be a big thing. There were obviously PulseChain's known as the people's chain, the DeFi chain, but we could also have the privacy chain too, right? So we're looking forward to that. Gerardo there is also, he's looking to launch 5 more projects by Christmas. So, the founder of Mintra, one of our NFT platforms, there is being prolifically building out lots of projects as well. So not bad. And he recently launched a coin, didn't he, too? I've forgotten the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, pretty cool. Now, upcoming, of course, inside the Monster thread, we've got X Game, a Crash game expected to launch within this week. We've got Heart with Dogs, new animated series, so we'll talk about that briefly. We've got Rhino 5, of course, looking hot there with their old treasury recharge cycle. I like that. And then we've got Gladiator games, which we've talked about already. So pretty awesome. Let's quickly check out a little bit of the anime series. And this is the Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. And this looks fun, doesn't it? This looks fun. This is the series in between season 1 and season 2 of Pulse of the Fallen, and the Chronicles of Hog and Somi and Andrew Tate there. It's pretty funny. Really quality stuff. I mean, look at it. Pretty awesome. Pretty neat there. We've got some cool images, and there's a cool little sneak peek video down there as well. So aren't we lucky on PulseChain to have a top anime? And of course, it's only just getting better and better all the time. Just when you think you've seen it all, and then they go to the next level. So it's pretty cool. So great stuff there. Look at that, pretty fun. Somi over there, Pikachu, Andrew Tate there on the left, and that's apparently some Pokemon Ball or something. If you're into the Pokemon thing, which I do kind of like, and pretty neat there. I see Somi did his own little Pokemon collection full of characters. I don't know, pretty funny. I was just talking about it yesterday. I remember saying, "Oh, it'd be great if we had a Pokemon series on PulseChain, since collector items for sports cards and Pokemon." But he ended up doing some mock-up with these Pokemon cards with people's faces on it. So it's pretty funny. So that's kind of cool. We obviously talked about Gladiator games, which is crushing it out there. Top tier game on PulseChain now, $1,200 in prizes every weekend, at least most weekends. We've talked about Rhino 5. Rhino 5, of course, is doing amazing stuff with their treasury, charging treasury. And of course, we're looking forward to when PulseChain goes on a run, how this treasury pumps this chart on the old Rhino 5. So slowly and surely they're burning it away. These are the ones that can sneak up on people too, right? So keep a lookout for the old Rhino 5 there. Kind of cool. And look at the artwork. I love it. It's fantastic. And of course, X Games coming up, and we're pretty excited that we're just days away. Yeah, just days away. We got confirmation that yesterday from Randy Olasky within the week, pretty much. So we're looking forward to that. And now they've got the big sponsorship with BKFC Ice Wars show, which is kind of really cool. And we're excited about that game. Could be the viral killer game that PulseChain is after. Got a little bit of a sneak peek of the video here too. Nice little. This is the older version, of course. The new version's got the graphics a little bit updated from that, but it's pretty neat. So yeah, pretty awesome. We did have also I talked about, we've got these intelligent analytical influencers out there doing a great job, like CryptoSolve and Ben Sierra. But we also have all these new data sites, or not new, but we've got a new and old data sites, which are really delivering a lot of value to PulseChain. So we've got PulseChain Stats, which is the latest one to launch. It's a really beautiful site, and it's got lots of information in there. We got Pulse Coin List, of course, been around for some time, with a great data site with ecosystem maps and stats and swapping and all sorts of tools. And of course, you can find PDI there and everything else on there. We've got GoPulse, of course, been around a long time. Obviously, the swapping's got a bit of controversy around it, but other than that, the platform works pretty well. So yeah, we've got all that going on there. We've got PLS Start, of course, the starter map for PulseChain newbies from Frank White, and always crushing it there. And you can see, look at that, awesome, eh? We've got so many projects, over 150 projects are counted on there, so it's pretty cool. And so yeah, we've got some really good stuff going on there in the monster thread. So pretty awesome. That is week number 24, guys. 2 more weeks to go, and we're at 6 months on the monster thread. Isn't that crazy? Crazy good. So good. So good. Hey, good to see Derek in the house there. Hey, big shout out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's kind of cool. That's where on the old monster thread. Pretty awesome stuff. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. That's all I can say. Did I provide the link? I think I did. No, I didn't. Let me post the link here to the monster thread. Share it around to your friends, and it's a great reference. There's now 24 weeks of it, so you can catch up on the monster thread if you want to check out almost 6 months of history now of PulseChain community, which is pretty awesome. What's the key lesson there, guys? Consistency, right? That's the key one there. Monster thread. All right, so it's a lesson for life. One of the principles of greatness, consistency and persistence, I guess, is so you could tag that on there. But there we go, monster thread, bam, number 24 in the house. All right, so that's pretty much it. How we're doing for time? And now in 11 minutes, so we're probably going to wrap up here. Let's quickly have a look at. I don't know what I've got on my main list. What I've got in here. Let's go look at the pulse, and we'll have a quick look at the pulse chart before we wrap up the show. And let's go full screen. And let's see here where we're going. All right, what have I got? I've got all these overlays, so I have to get rid of the overlays so that we don't get swamped. I'm going to look at the weekly chart. Let's look at the weekly chart. That is the PulseChain right now, guys. PulseChain chart right now. How are you guys feeling about that? Well, I did say to you, we want to hold 27. That's the kind of key mark there. Let's see if we add the overlays, what it looks like. Bam. Yeah, so we're going to add over the overlays there, and that's that. We want to hold the support level. Like we broke this kind of a triangle wedgie thing here, and we want to hold. We got a new one now, so we kind of want to hold that line 2700, and that would keep giving us a higher low, right? So we want to keep the higher low intact. Going back down to 2200, it's not much fun, and it ruins our chart quite a bit there. It could set us up for a big potential W in certain ways, but I think we've kind of had a W, and so we want to get that going. So we want to break out. We want to keep going with this yellow line, this yellow line here. That would get rally into the end of the year. I've got the chart here going up to 408,000. So we need a lot of things to happen for that to happen, but that's kind of a possibility there, right? I think people would be pretty happy if we got back to 4,500. That'd be a pretty nice level, and then potentially 5,500, right? So there's 2 other levels we might be able to get to, which we've been to before, right? So that's kind of the play there, and you never know, we might get a God mode candle, right? We might get a God mode candle, so keep a lookout for that. Now this big purple box, of course, is the SEC, and that was certainly putting a lot of pressure on us. We had this big downward pressure in the chart, and let's see where we go. We have shaken out, I guess a decent number of weekend large sacrifices. Obviously, there's a lot more out there, but if they're still around for 890 days, hopefully they're going to be a bit more polite and a bit more invested for the long term. If they've been around for 890 days, but there's always going to be some that will get to a certain price and want to exit there. So we'll see what happens. But onwards, upwards, and hopefully we can just zigzag some value and get back up to the mean sacrifice price, which is up here, right? So that is this line here. I don't actually have a line for that, do I? Let me put the little line. That there would be the mean sacrifice price, right? We probably should have a different color for it. What do you guys reckon? Put a little different color there. Maybe what color? Yellow. No, yeah, yellow. We could have yellow. Maybe have yellow, and then we'll put a little dash on it. Yeah, a little dash. How about like that? So there's the main sacrifice price there. Should we put a little text box? Let's do that. And we'll put it mean sacrifice. Mean sac? Is it mean? Mean sac price. All right, so let's do yellow for that too. And let's bold it because we like to be bold. We're bold people. Like to be bold. Never be meek or mild. Be bold. Be bold and strong. Be true. Live by principles, and it'll be good. Biblical principles, definitely going to have a good life if you live by that. There we go. We're at 0001 right now. 0001. That's the mark there right now. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Now we could get a God mode candle, right? So God mode candle could be could be. Let's go. We'll go up to, let's go to 3, right? Let's go 3. God mode candles. All in favor? Say aye. All right, we can like that. All right, so kind of cool. I've had a lot of fun with that today. What about you guys? So that is our chart today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. You can see in the scroll bar right now, we've got the Bitcoin and Ethereum. We've got PulseX and Ink token. We've got Hex there right now. Hex on both PulseChain and Ethereum. We've got the Roam token from Gladiator Games. So big shout out for them. They're on the price scroll now. We've got Rhinify, which is a recent ad. So that's just joined up. So Rhinify there is now on the price scroll ticker there. So congratulations, welcome Rhinify. And then we've got Bitcoin Ethereum. So pretty exciting. Adding more PulseChain projects to the old price scroll bar. Looking pretty good. So welcome to Rhinify there. God mode candle incoming, says Derek. Absolutely, God mode candle. And we're going to finish off with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're up to an hour and 16 minutes. So we're going to finish there. Onwards and upwards of PulseChain, right? Onwards and upwards. And yeah, excited. 2 more weeks to the 6 months of the Monster Thread. Isn't that amazing? Of course, the main newsletter publication for PulseChain, absolutely doing really, really well. So we're excited about that. All right. Peace out, everybody. We're holding on. Let's hold on. Definitely want to hold on to around 3,000. See if we can bounce off 27 if we do go lower. And try and hold that upward triangle, right? That orange line there. See if we can do that. All right. Take care. And yeah, you just never know. I'm going to leave Derek's comment there. Could we get a God mode candle? It's always possible. We'll see. Could we get a stablecoin protocol launching? That's also possible, right? It's also possible. All right, take care. I'll catch you guys later, and bye for now. I've got another video here, isn't it? Should we play this little video before we leave? There's a little video that Richard had, and it's a little bit about the strategy. Now, I think this is more to do with Hex back in the day, but it still applies to PulseChain. So let's play this little video first.
Bitcoin's not going to zero. No, but Hex might be.
No,
that's the problem. That's what. That's the
Hey
issue.
guys, I very extremely do not think it's going to zero. So
You're the founder of the thing, so that doesn't surprise me.
I'm going to tell you a quick story, right? I'm going to give you a quick hypothetical. Ready? Let's pretend you launched a coin, and you raised money, right? And then you put that money into Ethereum, and then Ethereum went up 40x, and then you dumped that shit, right? And then you had like a fucking stack of cash, right? I bet like if you reinvested in your original coin, you could have actually net put more into that coin than you took out. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
No? You don't get it? Okay. Well, I can't say it any more clear. If you dog shit in crypto has been around for a very long time and done very well, and then your brain wouldn't let you think that that can happen.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty obvious thing to understand, so I'm not sure what was going on there. But hey, look, it is what it is. And now that is pretty much the strategy. You let the ETH price go up, right? And for me, we want the ETH price to continue to go up, and all that ETH that's $750 million suddenly becomes 1.5 billion, 2.5 billion. Depending on how long you held it, 5 billion. Now, obviously, maybe not want to hold it that long, all of it at least, but you could stake it, and there's lots of things you can do with a lot more money. So that's kind of the logic there, and I think that is the vision that Richard can see as well. Alex says, thank you for the informative streams, and you're most welcome. We're going to finish off with, why not, the gold mug candles from Richard Hart from the beginning of this year. All right, enjoy. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the follow button. And if you guys want to join Strategy Club, the link is in the description as well. See you there. Take care, and bye for now. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch you again for another show on crypto and PulseChain. All right, take care. Bye.
You know, you could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.